Good morning, cats and kittens, pups and pooches. It's Susie Q 96 with an unscheduled visit to the tuber. I'm gonna hopefully have somebody pop in here while they're having their morning coffee. It's not quite 7 a.m. I don't see too many people online live right now, so maybe everybody's still asleep for all I know. Uh, I'm making this video that I was supposed to make several days ago, which in part will be updating everyone on what happened with my visit to the eye specialist, which is not the best news in the world to start out your day with. But then I have some good news, so we'll just work it around that way. Somebody just came in. I don't know who, but good morning, good morning. Yeah, this is not a normal. Well, actually, this used to be one of my normal times when I used to come on at 7 a.m. and do the Susie Smart. That was the news shows, which I may try to do again. Those were a lot of fun. Um, Now there's two people in here. I don't know who I'm talking to, but good morning, good morning. Let me get a drink of my tea, and we'll see what else transpires. Hopefully by then those two me. It is now 7 a.m. Eastern time. Ah, pocket change. Hi, how are you? Good morning, good morning. I'm up early because in about an hour I got to go to yet another eye doctor. Oh, yippee I oh. Uh, anyway, uh, let me start out with the. Oops, somebody left. Uh, I'll just have to watch this later, I guess. Let me start out with the bad news first and get that out of the way so I can give you all the good news. Um, the bad news is when I went to uh, the thyroid ophthalmology specialist that specializes in thyroid eye diseases, and he did his exam. He says he doesn't think it's Graves' disease, even though four other doctors have diagnosed it as such. He thinks I had a mini stroke that damaged my optic nerve, and if that is the case, it is probably not repairable, and I'm just going to be blind like this in that eye for the rest of my days on said earth, which is going to make it a little bit harder for me to do my coins and oh, okay, pocket change, that makes sense. Anyway, it may make it a little harder for me to do things, but I'm not a quitter. And I went back and read the original description of why I started this channel, and it kind of gave me a little kick in the pants to try to just work with what I've got left, because that original description was all about trying to get people to get up off their butts and not just sit around waiting to die. So anyway, I have another ophthalmologist appointment today. They're supposed to be sending to me to another one who specializes in nerve damage in the eye to see if it can be fixed. But it wasn't the news we were hoping for. But he kept saying, "Oh, they can fix this. They can fix this." Well, maybe not. So that being said, wasn't the news I had hoped for, and it is delaying further my relocation to Michigan. So everybody knows I need to get out of Virginia because I'm having to travel so far for all these doctor's appointments. But anyway, now I'm going to move on to the good news. First piece of good news, my brother got me the niftiest uh, birthday gift. It is already proving to be quite helpful, especially with my inability to see correctly. I was given for my birthday an Amazon Echo Show 8, which is like a fancy Alexa that I can play music and look things up on the internet, program all my medical appointments into so it'll remind me. This morning I used the Find My Phone feature because I laid my phone down somewhere, couldn't remember where it was. But it's a dandy little tool, and I'm still discovering all of the things. Thank you, Pocket Change. My brother also sent me $69, which at first I couldn't figure out who would be sending me $69. And then I realized it was a dollar for each day of my birth. Yeah, because I turned 69. So my brother did pretty cool. Oh yeah, I'm going high tech. My brother was pretty amazed that with my one eye, I was able to figure out as many of the settings as I have. And then last night, he sent me a couple of emails because he has one also. And we can talk back and forth on it. You can do like video calls on it. It's a pretty neat little thing, and it's already proven to be handy. So that was part of the good news. And then another friend of mine, knowing that I've been struggling with my bills since last year when my now ex husband decided to divorce me while I was unconscious in intensive care. Yeah, nice guy. So, anyway, one of my friends paid a couple of bills for me to keep me from getting my power turned off and stuff. But anyway, it's all good. I'm kind of caught back up now. And now here comes the good part. Um, since I haven't been able to drive much, I really haven't been able to go to the bank or anything. And I called down there the other day to talk to my usual lady about getting a box of coins. And my usual lady has retired. And I thought, oh no. But the new branch manager is very, very nice. And so yesterday, my aide took me down to the bank and I got us a box of pennies. And I also got 2 rolls of quarters because I need to do my laundry, but we're going to search those quarters. Uh, right now, the car wash that I usually go to is closed. When the weather gets down below about 40, they close because they don't want something to do with the pipes freezing or something. Anyway, so I got quarters from the bank, circulated quarters, of course. So we are going to have some coins to search. Now, of course, as soon as I get them done, I got to take them and put them right back in the bank. But we are going to probably this evening, I'm going to try to do the quarters. And then throughout the week, we'll just pick up. I can't do like a whole box at one time because my eyes just can't handle that. But I thought what I'll do is just come on and do maybe 4 rolls of pennies or 5 rolls of pennies every day, and we'll see what's in those. But this will be the first time I've had a box of any kind of coins, in probably over a year. I think last March or April, I had a box of nickels, and that was the last time we got any boxes on here. So I have just resolved myself that my eye is what it is, and I think once I get some new glasses, and I'm going to talk to them about that today. Um, with my microscope, I should be able to do the pennies. I would never attempt to do dimes; they're really small. But anyway, that's the good news. Is I'm going to be back on a more regular basis. Um, After I get home from the doctor, I'm going to knock out the rest of these packages and get everybody given away. And, all the things that were given away should go out in the next day or two. And that's where we're at. I am not going down without a fight. So I guess that's about it. Oh, I am working on a video, uh, a very special detecting video that I think everybody might find pretty funny. Uh, so that's the good news. Is I've been pretty depressed about all this because it shouldn't have happened. And as a matter of fact, I have had four doctors and two care coordinators from my insurance all have told me I should get a lawyer and go after the doctor who is responsible for the misdiagnosis and the failure to treat my eye disease in a timely manner, because had that been done, I wouldn't be blind in one eye now. So I am looking for an attorney, and I have every record from that doctor, all the records from the ER trips, everything. And he will not call anybody back, and that kind of makes you look really guilty when five doctors, two insurance people, and the patient have called you 2 to 3 times each, and you have not returned any calls. That tells me you're dodging. And he is in his office because I know someone else that goes to him, and he is there. He is just intentionally and deliberately not returning the calls because he knows he messed up. And my guess is he's probably already talked to his attorney, who told him, "Don't say anything, don't say anything." So we're going to have to subpoena all of his private records that they don't give you a copy of. Uh, and we're going to go after that character. The other piece of good news for the week is, some of you may remember I was in the middle of moving from one storage unit to another when it got so bad that I could not drive and I couldn't move the boxes. And so I've been having to pay for two storage units for a long time. And this past weekend, a lovely family from the next town over showed up with three helpers and two pickup trucks. Hey, money scratcher. Anyway, they showed up with two pickup trucks, and I actually drove my car down to the storage. It's only a mile, and I can see well enough to do that. So we got everything out of the very expensive storage that I was trying to vacate and got it all down the road, which is only 2 miles, to the new one, which is quite a bit bigger and costs $15 a month less. So, thanks to that lovely family who wished to remain anonymous, I now am only paying for one storage unit, and I can actually get in there and start sorting things out and getting rid of things. Hello, hello. How's Japan? Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you this morning. So anyway, hi Jack. How are you, honey? You at work or home? So anyway, those of you who just came in, I don't want to repeat all of the stuff, so you may have to just go back and watch from the beginning, but I'll give you a brief synopsis. Bad news is my eyesight is probably permanently damaged. Got a doctor that's dodging phone calls, and he's pretty much about ready to get sued, and I have the backing of four other doctors and two people from the insurance company. So this is going to get long and involved, but I don't even care if I get money, although money would be nice. I just want this guy to not do this to anybody else. I had last night off. Good for you, Jack. Hello, hello. Wow, volunteer work at two hospitals. Thank you for doing that. That is awesome. Yeah, my little great nephew tells me interesting stories about when he was in the hospital in Japan and how different it is from hospitals in the United States. Joel's Low Hills. Good morning. A stranger in the house, everybody. Welcome, Joel. Uh, so anyway, I'll give you guys a very brief synopsis, and then I'm going to have to go because I have a transport coming to take me to yet another eye doctor. Uh, anyway, the bad news. We have conflicting opinions again on what's wrong with my eye, and most likely the latest specialist says they don't think they can fix it, but we're pursuing all possible options. Now, the good news is I'm people that know me know I'm not going to give up without a fight. So, yesterday I got someone who would take me down to my bank, and I got a couple rolls of quarters since the car wash is closed right now for winter. Um, got a couple rolls of quarters so I can do my laundry, but we got to search those first. We can't just put them. Oh, from Big Flips. Yeah, I need to go see Big Flip. I because of my eyes, I haven't been on a lot of people's channels lately. I need to catch up on Mrs. Flip and all all of what's going on over there. But anyway, I got a couple rolls of quarters, so I'm probably going to come on later today and search those so that I can do my laundry tomorrow. Um, and I got a box of pennies. So I'm not going to try to search the whole box at one time because my eye just can't deal with that. But I'll be popping on during the week, searching a few rolls. Let Jack wash my laundry. Nah, Jack lives a little far away to be coming up and doing my laundry. He is in the next state over from me, though. Hello, hello. When my little grandnephew was in the hospital in Japan, uh, it was just a temporary thing. They didn't even really have doctors there to treat what he has. He's my niece's adopted son, and he has sickle cell. And so that's one of the reasons they moved from Japan back to the US was so that he could get the specialists that he needs because there's just not a lot of sickle cell in Asian countries because it's a disease that predominantly affects uh, African American or people of color of that color. And so, but he was real upset because apparently in Japan they don't let the parents go in the rooms with the children, and he was terrified because he's a mama's boy. Jack and Jill went up there, upstate New York. Now I'm in Virginia, so he'd have gone right past my laundry. He'd have been up there doing somebody else's. But anyway, those are the basic news. And then there's some other things in there that I'm not going to repeat about my birthday present and about the video I'm working on about detecting. And anyway, I'm going to have to go here pretty quick and finish getting dressed up so I could go to the local ophthalmologist this morning and see how he wants to proceed, since it does not look as though this is going to resolve itself anytime soon. I'm going to have to get some glasses for so that I can see better. Well, bleh, babble, so I can see out of my good eye in the most optimum way possible. So that's part of what I'm going for this morning. Yeah, hello. My niece and her husband lived in Japan many times, and they told me the same thing, that uh, many Japanese families think any kind of disability, whether it's cancer or deformed limbs or blindness, deafness, etc., that those are a shame upon their family name, and they will just put them in an institution and walk away. And I don't know how anyone can do that. I have encountered some adults in the US who will just put a family member in a facility and walk away. But in the US, it's more a case of we don't want to be bothered taking care of them than it is we are embarrassed by them. Uh, yeah, I was saying I agree with you. Hello, on some of the stuff I see in the background on Jack's videos. See, a lot of times I can't see to read what's going on in the stream, but I'll be in somebody's stream just listening to what they're saying, and I miss all the conversation. Yeah, that's awful. Hello. That I mean, I just don't understand how people can do that. I hope that culture, that the younger generation will grow out of that, but that is an ingrained thing uh, in the Japanese culture. Um, my brother has a wonderful friend, and he became a family friend of ours, who was a and is a Pearl Harbor survivor. He is 96 years old, and some of the people in my channel may have heard us talk about him because on his 96th birthday, Archaeology Mikey sent him a silver round that was a Pearl Harbor commemorative coin. Well, our friend is married to a Japanese lady, and she goes back and forth as often as she can to take care and check in on a family member who is disabled. And because she does not believe in that stick you in an institution or a hospital and don't come back. She is just adamant, that her family member is going to have someone that comes there. Hey, Clark's Cove, howdy, Covers. So yeah, I understand that whole thing. She has told us a lot about that, and some of her family have ostracized her because she will not ostracize this family member who has been put in the hospital. Yeah, my nephew that lived over there, he's actually a linguist and works for the United States. He speaks 23 languages. His children all speak fluent Japanese. His son is now in the Navy and is going to language school. He speaks 4 or 5 languages as it is now. And interestingly enough, this kid, he just got out of basic training, but when they were picking what language he was going to study, he picked Russian. This kid's no dummy. He knows what to learn. Yeah, I understand why you wouldn't be traveling after COVID hit. But anyway, that's all. Well, that's most of the news. I saved some for later on. But who was that said? Somebody said something. Oh, it was Pocket Change. Said, "Good to see you are still fighting, Susie. You have amazing resilience and strength." Well, I don't know if I have resilience and strength, but I got stuff that's got to get done, so I can't just sit down and give up. I'm just gonna have to adapt to it. So it is what it is, and we will just see what happens in the never-ending saga. I don't think that doctor's ever going to answer the phone. I think we're actually just going to have to send somebody down to his office or up to his office. It's about 100 miles from here. But, and who, hey, Jackie. So whoever we send up there, he's not going to want to see because it's probably going to be somebody serving him a court summons or something. But the last time I was in his office, he was so rude and mean, and he actually yelled at me for something I had no control over. Another doctor ordered some tests, and he didn't get his test, and the other doctor did, and he was yelling at me, and my poor blood pressure went through the roof. And then he didn't want to let me leave because my pulse and everything was so high. And I'm like, well, if you quit yelling at me, yeah, maybe I could calm down. But anyway, I bet his is pounding now, and I hope so because he's about to get served. So anyway, I gotta go. I gotta get my shoes on and everything. My ride will be here shortly. I will probably be coming on maybe about 6 o'clock tonight to do those quarters because I need to use them tomorrow to wash my clothes. So we're going to have to look at them tonight. And that will kind of be a test to see how I can do this with one eye. And uh, it's going to make metal detecting more interesting, that's for sure. But I'm not giving that up either. I just got to figure out a way to maintain proper balance. And I did find I have a cane that was in my storage that is all wood. So that should help. At least my detector won't pick up my cane. And I also have a wooden walking stick, so maybe I could use them like ski poles. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but rest assured, I'm not giving up detecting yet. I need to go find some more gold rings to finance all of this. So, all right, peeps, thank you all for popping in. Thank you for coming, those who come in later and watch. And I will try to come back on this evening and we will search some quarters. I am not letting this knock me out. So, anyway, thank you for continuing to support me. If you are not one of the 775 people that have managed to hang around throughout all the YouTube purges and stuff, and you are not signed on as a friend of my channel, please hit that button that starts with the submarine. And if you would be so kind as to hit the like, I'd appreciate it very much. I'm going to try to build this house back up. So that's where we're at. And I'll see y'all later on in the day. Thank you so much for coming. Much love to you all. Bye bye.